Hello, it's Myriam or Linda, your job facilitator. So today we are going to speak about why is it important to be followed, to be supported by a job facilitator. What does it bring to be facilitated into the employability, the employment world? So employability is the ability to create your own job or to have a job, and so it is everything that goes with that. So I'm going to explain to you why it is important to be facilitated into employability. So there are 10 points. The first is to have knowledge. You have another point, which is to have the reflexes, to be guided. To have mental or moral support also. What is also important is that to get the mindset. It's really important to get the mindset, to evolve and to be evaluated is really important also, to create and seize opportunities, to become a strategist, and I think I forgot, yes, to be born into the employment world, and finally to achieve the goal, to achieve the point, to fulfill your needs into the employment world. Okay, so the first point is the knowledge. Why is the knowledge important, and what can a job facilitator do in order to give you the knowledge? If you're a student, you don't know really a lot about the employment world. You don't know really what it is to work. You know what it is to study. So it depends where you live, surely. If you are in America, for example, and you are a student, you might have been already working when you were 12 years old, like cutting the grass or delivering newspaper or making lemonade, selling something. But for example, in Europe, here in Belgium, young people can only start working when they are 15 or 16. They are obliged to go to school, and they cannot work after school at that age. The only cases where they can perhaps be doing a business, it would be like they're doing modeling, something like that, or if they are with the scouts, the guides and stuff like that, teenager group. They can have activities, because at school sometimes you have to sell chocolates or biscuits for this or this activity. So it's a way to professionalize young people. And if you go to Africa, it's worse. You don't have really the opportunity to work, or you work because you don't have the ability to study, and your parents are forcing you to work, or you don't even have the choice to work because you need to find something to eat, or your parents are paying and they say, I'm paying for you to study, and you cannot work if you don't have your diploma. So it's another African parents are not going to find it the right way that you study and you work. Except if you were sent abroad to study and there is not enough money and you have the opportunity to do a job. But when they have the money, they don't think it's good for you to work. And that is really another mentality, you see. So you need to have the knowledge as a student. You need to have a knowledge as a job seeker. You need to have a different kind of knowledge, and a job facilitator is going to give you the knowledge that you are lacking in the employment world, So you have the support, the mental and moral support. Some people have to get out of their comfort zone to have a new work, to have a new job, or to have a job. But some people are not in the comfort zone, and they have to have a job. Some people have to go out of their comfort zone to launch a business, but some people are not in the comfort zone, and they have no other choice than to launch their business, because in the meanwhile, They have been searching for a job. The job is not coming, so they are like hustling. And so they are into business because they need to live and eat. And they are not in the comfort zone. Perhaps they have to go and find a job. They don't have the proper dress. They cannot iron. They didn't eat for 2 or 3 days and things like that. So even if you are in a comfort zone, let's say you sent like 100 of job application and you got 10 interviews and 10 one after one, they refuse you. This is mentally very difficult, you know, because you have the same life obligation and you have like someone refusing you. You have like a rejection, and you need a job facilitator to show you that it is perhaps like a failure for you. It is perhaps a rejection. It is perhaps, but a job facilitator is going to motivate you, and it's going to show you that, you know, the employment world is like that, and you have to act like this and think like this and do like this. Go straight ahead. So a job facilitator is going to help you and to guide you. The third point is give you guidance. I don't like to say that I'm a job coach, because a job like a coach, a self-development coach, shouldn't be speaking too much if you relate to the international organization of coaching. You know, it's more listening and helping you to become what you want to do, where you want to do, how you want to do the things. I'm more of a guidance, you know, and a job facilitator is going to guide you, to give you the guidelines on how to do business, on how not to do business, on how to search for a job, how not to search for a job, according to if it's an American company, if it's a French company, if it's an African company, if it's the banking field, or if it's in music, or if it's like in the I don't know, in the selling, like in selling, in trading and stuff like that. So a job facilitator has the opportunity to be in contact, in networking and following so many people, that they can guide you where you want to go, how you want to be, how you should be if you really want to be there, you know. So a job facilitator can help you with giving you guidance, and also a job facilitator, fourth point, can help you have reflexes. You know, you need to catch the good reflexes, the reflex on how to think, how not to think, how to do, how not to do, how to react or how not to react, how to overthink and how not to overthink, and so many things. You need to have reflexes that you don't have because you have been studying all your life. You don't have because perhaps you choose not to be in the work market and you decide, okay, I'm going to be working now. That you don't have because you were an employee and now you need to think like an employer, like an investor, like a seller, like someone that deals with providers and customers and stuff like that. So you need to learn reflexes, and the job facilitator can facilitate you accessing the ways to get your reflexes, you know, like perhaps provide you with the information about training, or tell you that you need a training, or tell you that with the knowledge I have, you should perhaps do like this and this. Or sometimes it's really straight guidance saying, look, your resume is not okay and you don't do a resume like that, you know. So the fifth point is like the mindset. Okay, the mindset is really, really, really important, because if you have a job searching mindset, you need to have an employee mindset. You need to have a business mindset. You need to have a worker mindset. You need to have a startup mindset. According to the professional scheme that you have, the professional challenge that you have, goal that you have, you need to have the mindset of the clothes that you want to wear. You know, like in Lingala we say lata kimokonzi. It means that if kimokonzi is like to be a patron, to be a chief, to be a king, to be a, so you need to wear the dress of, you know, what you want to become, you know. And it's a mindset, it's a way of thinking, it's a way of doing. So you have some people have the reflex, but they don't have the mindset. They don't even realize that they have the mindset. Some people have the mindset, but the employer is going to see someone coming with competency, qualification, with skills and stuff like that. But the employer is going to say you're overqualified, or is not even going to say anything, because you have the mindset of a businessman and he is afraid to be in a conflictual situation or to invest training in you and feeling that you are going to go within the 2, the 3 or 4 months. You see? So sometimes you have a mindset for business, but you're searching for a job, and sometimes you have a mindset to search for a job and you want to do a business. So this is really important to have the mindset, to realize which mindset you should have, and the job facilitator is going to help you have the mindset. And this is really important also when you have a psychotechnic test and stuff like that. If you respond to a test, an assessment, and you think like an employee when you need to think like an HR, is not the same. You have the qualification, you have perhaps the expertise of something like that, but in a certain companies, you are not going to have the job because you are not in the HR mindset. So, the 6th point is that a job facilitator is going to help you be born in the employment world. You know, the employment world is really a strange, and this is why I wrote this book, Passport, a Christian passport. So it's really, really important for you to have your passport with different visa, the visa of knowledge, the visa of reflex, the visa of mindset, the visa of resilience. You need to have those visas in your passport in order to travel from your jobless world to the work world, in order to travel from your student world to the job world. Sorry, my French is coming back. You need the passport and the visa to work from the employment, employee world to the employer, the businessman world. You see? So the job facilitator is going to help you be born into the employment world. And you might be in a situation where by networking or something like that, you start thinking and speaking and reflecting and having a mindset where people start asking you, what do you do in life? You seem qualified to do this. Why don't you do that? Oh, it's interesting. Can I see your... Do you have a resume? Can we meet each other? Can we speak business? So finally, you are like, oh my God. You know, you were invisible, and suddenly people with whom... for whom you were invisible are starting to realize that you are born into this world. They can make business with you. They can speak about, eventually look at your resume when you sent like 200 resume and nobody took the time to even send you a letter saying, I received your resume. You see? So you get born to the employment world or the business world. And so the 8th point is that you start creating opportunity. You start seizing opportunity because your mindset is different. You know, you get born into that world. You have the reflex. You have the knowledge. The way you do the things is different. You have the vibe, and you think and overthink and overthink or ahead think, and you start to be 9 points strategic. You start to be strategic. You know, you start to have strategy. You start to understand that when the employer is asking you this question, that means this, or this. So you can give an answer within a job interview that is going to make that employer think that you are the right person for that position. You know, you start having the words and the attitude and thinking over like ahead. You have plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. You start like doing things in a way that tak, like a chess player. I saw a guy today who was speaking about, like during 1 hour, I was listening to him first time. I don't remember his name, but he was speaking about this different level of chess player that you have. Like a beginner is going to be able, when he makes like a chess game, you know, to see. And it's really important. It's really important to have the strategy. So you have different level of strategy, and with the knowledge, you're going to know what is your strategy. You know, I forgot to tell you that to create an opportunity, or to realize that you are an opportunity. Some people, they don't realize that they are an opportunity. Some people don't know that they are sitting nearby an opportunity. And I had this Congolese young person that was like in a seminar. I have a lot of people that come to me, and or I go to them, and we work together for 18 hours for the resume, the cover letter, everything that goes during 18 hours. And he had a resume where he was speaking Chinese, English, and French. And I say, you are jobless here in Kinshasa, but the Chinese embassy is searching for people that speak French, Chinese, and Lingala. And he didn't know, you know? So after that, he just had to have the strategy. The strategy was to stop perhaps the training and to go present himself and his resume and have the job. And you know, sometimes you need to have strategy to know, to have the know-how, to have the network, to evolve in your environment, so that you get to the point. And that's the last point, is 10. You achieve your goal, you attain your goal, you achieve your challenge, you succeed doing what you wanted to do. You succeed to travel from the professional point where you were, to get to the professional point where you want to go. So I thank you for listening to me, and I hope my English was okay. But I know that in English it's not the same that in French. So what am I going to speak about next time? Well, come to my channel next time. I hope you're going to subscribe, and I hope you're convinced that having a job facilitator through YouTube or another kind of or a one-to-one position is really, really important in order to help you build up your employability. So create your own job, or find a job, sign a contract, and build up your career in that company or in multiple companies. You can plan your career. Be blessed.